The Nintendo Switch is definitely a fun time waster when I couldn't stop thinking about Mom. Even if the painful memory still haunts me, I still like playing games on my Switch. I just avoid that game at all costs. I got a Switch for my birthday from my dad, and I was so excited. I could finally play all of my favorite games on the go. One game in particular I was especially looking forward to was this game called Miitopia. It was a game where you could go on a magical adventure and make friends wherever you wanted using your Miis. I inserted the cartridge into my Switch and clicked on the game icon to start up the game. The happy Miis singing on the title screen filled me with a sense of joy. I could finally be a hero. The beginning cutscene was normal until I was asked to make a new Mii. I decided to make one from scratch and name it Lucas because that was my name. My Mii had tan skin, a pink blush, a blue shirt, and purple glasses. The personality I set him to was kind. I was happy with my Mii and continued onward. That's when the next cutscene played, and my joy quickly turned to confusion. This is the part where your character is supposedly chased by a monster butterfly into the first town, but the butterfly was not there. Instead, there was a Mii I had never seen before. The Mii looked a little taller than my Mii. It had huge eyes and black pupils that covered its upper face. It lacked a nose and a mouth. Its clothes were made of static. I don't mean the clothes were a specific color. I mean like the patches of data where a Mii's clothes would be was nothing but flickering static. Nevertheless, I was definitely creeped out by this. The game treated my character interaction way less like a scripted cutscene, and more like a mini hub world. I flapped my hands a bit nervously. Was this really part of the game? The only thing that the game would let me do was to progress forward, and was to interact with this strange Mii. I made my Mii character walk up to this Mii and start a conversation. The Mii was called Netogruff, and his role assigned tag was blank. However, I could occasionally see words flicker where his role assigned tag should have been. Words like, come back, and don't go, frequently flicked in and out of that spot on the screen. The music was completely gone, and all I could hear was the sound of my own breathing. I was just sitting there, wondering what in the world could this Mii possibly say. Needless to say, I wasn't prepared for what happened next. Netogruff opened up a text box like any other Mii, but there were no words in it at all. I was definitely thinking this was a glitch until I heard a voice come from my Switch.
You came back, Matthew. How long has it been?
I jolted back at the creepy voice. There was no way any of this was part of the normal game. It was just a low-pitched voice with a horrible echo. What was all this? My heartbeat picked up.
I can hear you breathing. Answer me.
This Mii couldn't have possibly be talking to me, right? He has to be talking to my player character. I looked over towards my own Mii, and his face was that of fear. I could see my Mii shaking violently and trying to reason with this Mii.
Shut up, this is between me and him.
Netogruff pushed my Mii down to the ground, with some patches of red staining the grass. My Mii's face had multiple cuts and bruises on him. Leave my Mii alone, I muttered under my breath.
Leave him alone? Like you left me alone here to rot here?
Could he actually hear me? There's no way, I thought. There's no way this Mii just heard me talk. But my morbid curiosity took over and I said, what are you talking about?
You know what I mean, Matthew. Let's see how you like it when you're alone.
My Mii's face was absolutely terrified as he cowered in fear while that Mii towered over him. Suddenly, Netogruff lunged at my Mii with a terrifying speed and a loud noise that startled me. As soon as Netogruff touched my Mii, the stream went static. I tried to press buttons, but it wouldn't turn off or anything. Tears started to stream down my face. Come on! I tried to unplug the battery cables, but it didn't do anything. Then, the system shut down on its own. I tried to see if there was any battery left, but it was completely empty. I plugged the charger in and left the charging on the table. I still don't know what the heck I just experienced. Was that Mii really talking to me? Who is this Matthew person? I was interrupted by another dreadful thought. Would he still be in the game tomorrow after my Switch's battery is restored?